Let's start. Okay. Hi, Samad Bhaiya. Welcome to our channel. Can you briefly introduce yourself and tell us about your background and experiences in open source software development, as well as the software development?
Okay, hi guys, I'm Sumya Khan. I am from Delhi. I recently passed out from NSIT in 23. I worked at Samsung for 2 months as an intern. I did GSOC in that year as well. And then I joined as a mentor in GSOC this year. And apart from that, I've been working since last October in a startup.
Okay, okay.
And I've joined there as well.
अच्छा अच्छा भैया आपकी कोडिंग जर्नी बताएंगे जरा मीन्स आपने कैसे कब स्टार्ट किया था मीन्स फर्स्ट ईयर से या कब से स्टार्ट किया था?
Coding, I started second semester. Second semester के around I started coding.
ओके
Uh,
ओके
so yeah, that's when I started.
अच्छा अच्छा
Hmm.
फिर जब आपने डीएसए वगैरह चालू किया था तब आपको कौन सी वगैरह प्रॉब्लम फेस की होगी जरा बताएंगे आप?
Problem, not really. I enjoyed whatever I was doing. I never faced a problem
ओके
in programming as such. I
ओके
took a
ओके
course DSA का, so that was pretty helpful. I never faced any problem कि code समझ नहीं आ रहा है क्या हो रहा है. Something which is difficult to understand, but everything is pretty doable if you put your uh,
एफर्ट्स.
time into it. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Could you provide an overview about the projects you worked on during GSOC? What was its purpose and what specific contributions did you make?
Uh, for GSOC, so before GSOC started contributing around November, December, I contributed to the main Rocket Chat uh, code base. So Rocket Chat is like a chatting service similar to WhatsApp, Slack, or
Okay,
Discord, but it is more in sync with Slack. So you can think of it as like you can host your own Rocket Chat service and talk to your colleagues or teammates. That's how Rocket Chat is, and it's fully open source. So you can just host your own server and talk to people. Uh, that is Rocket Chat, and they're a pretty good organization. I've been contributing since November. So November, December, I started contributing, seeing the code base. It was pretty massive, and that time uh, I wasn't doing development that much at the time. I was more focused towards CP at the time. I was trying to do code chef, read code, all that stuff. But around December, I started contributing seriously, and I started contributing to the main code base. But that got flooded with PR, so I went into a separate thing that they were building. That was RC4. So RC4 in RC4 they were building like a full stack framework uh,
okay, okay,
over next year. So that was a new project that they're working around January. That's where I met most of my friends at Rocket Chat. Saint Lee and Rohan are the people who were already working at Rocket Chat. So Rohan was a last year mentor, sorry, like a last year student at GSOC. He was mentoring that project, not officially, but sort of building it with Singh. Singh is like a person at Rocket Chat who handles community. So I got in touch with them. I busted uh, bugs with them, solved stuff for about 2 3 months, and I did a GitHub. I made like GitHub components for them. So what we were building was like a full stack component kit, and they wanted something that plugged into GitHub, so you can just see your GitHub PRs and stuff like your community stuff from GitHub on a platform. So I built GitHub integration for them and their GitLab integration for their full stack framework. That was RC4. Uh, Before GSOC, after so in GSOC, I found this project pretty cool. Like they wanted to link GitHub to Rocket Chat. So what that would do is that would allow people to see all the GitHub stuff inside Rocket Chat. So think of it like you're texting someone on WhatsApp and you want to share your PR. So if you know what a PR is or an XYZ, like if you have used GitHub or you have worked on any project, you would know like in a team you need to share PRs for reviews or open issues directly. So you could do all that from Rocket Chat without leaving Rocket Chat. So everything inside Rocket Chat and you don't have to ever go to GitHub. So that was the project of my GSOC. So I ended up building a pretty massive Rocket Chat integration.
अच्छा
to the point that you could just review PRs inside Rocket Chat. So when you so from Rocket Chat, you can search stuff on GitHub directly and find a PR, see its state, like code changes, and you can just merge the PR from Rocket Chat itself. So you don't ever have to leave Rocket Chat to actually change things on GitHub or see GitHub stuff. That was my project. That was around TypeScript and Rocket Chat's internal tech. That is a UI kit and Apps Engine and all this stuff they have built. But it was mostly TypeScript.
अच्छा
That's
अच्छा
what I
ओके
built.
ओके और आपने मीन्स कौन से ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कंट्रीब्यूट किया था वैसे
Rocket Chat is hey, like this is called RC.
अच्छा
The
अच्छा
org itself is Rocket Chat.
ओके ओके मीन्स आपने डेवलपमेंट स्किल्स या डायरेक्ट सीपी ही करके रखा था एनी डेवलपमेंट
I
स्किल्स
know,
वगैरह सीखे होंगे
I already know. I already knew Monstack in my second year, so I learned all the stuff beforehand, how to build stuff around React. So contribute करने के पहले भी I knew how to build projects. I already had built a lot of projects before contributing to Rocket Chat. So I knew Node, Mon, like how full stack apps work. So I knew basic web development and fundamentals to start contributing. So I already that's how I found the org. I actually searched which orgs uses Monstack. So I already knew Monstack, so I just went with the org that actually was using that stack. So it was easier for me. It was not exactly similar to what I did, but it was React and JavaScript and TypeScript. So the language is same. You can just get through the thing.
ओके 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 एज आपने सैमसंग में भी इंटर्न किया था शायद तो कैन यू एक्सप्लेन दैट वर्क कल्चर ऑफ सैमसंग
Samsung was pretty chill internship. It was based around Android and AI. So I was in the
ओके
Android and AI team. I worked on some AI stuff, some Android stuff, and then by the end of it, I also worked on some web stuff. So we were just trying to analyze ML model metrics on phones. So we were just running models inside your phone and see those metrics. And then we build out a web dashboard to transfer all those metrics to a server and see them on a web application. That's what I built there.
ओके ओके
So the culture is pretty
एज वो
cool.
ओके 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 एज देन वो आप ऑन कैंपस थी या ऑफ कैंपस थे इंटर्नशिप
That was an on-campus internship. I got a
मीन्स
PPO from there as well after
ओके
my internship. Yeah, that was in third year. That was fully on campus. Yeah,
ओके 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 एड्स इन आल्सो योर लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल आपने मिडलवेयर में भी काम किया है शायद देन आप
yeah, yeah.
उसमें
So I still work there. So that was a startup I started working at after GSOC. So they reached out to me over
स्टार्टअप
LinkedIn. The co-founder reached out to me. That was an experiment to see what they were building and see if I could push myself in development. I had already done a lot of dev, so I didn't know where to go. Either you go to big tech or you go to a startup. Big tech, I had already tried with something. So yes, yes, I never worked at a startup. RC was like a mid-sized company. Rocket Chat itself is a org, but it's like a mid-sized startup. But middleware, when I joined, they were just starting out. They didn't have a team. They were like three people. So it was like actually a startup where you just go and build stuff. So middleware, I joined in October last year with college. So I was still in college, but I started working with them as an intern. So I worked with them as an intern till June this year, and then I got
ओके
an offer from them to join them full time as well in around March. So I left my Samsung offer for the startup. That was
ओह
yeah.
अच्छा मीन्स अब आप वैसे कहाँ पे काम कर रहे हैं मीन्स एज अ सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर
Middleware.
आपको मीन्स
Middleware.
सैमसंग से भी पीपीओ मिला था
Uh-huh. I
देन
joined the startup because Samsung. I felt like we just go back to Samsung anytime. And middleware was just starting out. The startup
ओके
seemed more exciting at the time, and I thought the time working there, I just thought I was learning stuff at a exponential rate compared to what I learned at Samsung. In those like 7 8 months, I learned there was just like a rocket ship of building and learning stuff. And the founders were pretty cool. I liked the idea. I believed that they were building something to make a change and not to just earn money. So I just realized that if you could build something to help engineers out, that would be cool. Uh,
मीन्स आपने वैसे कितने कंपनीज फोड़ा है?
I just had two offers from Samsung and middleware,
ओके ओके
and I joined middleware. Not many companies. I stopped applying after Samsung and GSOC, and I just stuck to my internship. I didn't apply much. I I actually liked the work I was doing, and I didn't think I needed to look outside. And also, the market was pretty messed up. Like you can't get a job right now in 2023. A lot of my friends have put their offers deferred or rescinded, and the market is in a pretty bad shape. And I didn't uh, want to be stressed about looking for a job. So I liked the work I was doing, and I was like, I'll stick with it. There was no reason to change, so I
ओके
didn't look for it.
ओके। और आप एज आपका व्यू बता सकते हैं? मीन्स आप कोई बोलते हैं मीन्स एज अ चैट जीपीटी विल रिप्लेस द जॉब्स वगैरह 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 कुछ?
I don't think so. I think ChatGPT writes very buggy code. Like I use it a lot to write utilities. I use ChatGPT a lot every day to write a lot of the code that I don't care about. Like if you just want to pass time in Python and you don't care about the code and you know it should work, then you just ask ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT has pretty large knowledge base, so I think it will easily replace developers who are not great or are not doing any impactful work, but
ओके
it's not going to replace people anytime soon. Like people who are actually doing engineering centric stuff in the work, like actually building something. ChatGPT can't build something and test something and then fix something if it breaks, and it can't actually get a grasp of your domain, right? Like you build around a domain, like your company is in finance or XYZ, or there is some logic that is for your company. You can use that. So, what ChatGPT that you can build stuff using ChatGPT, but you can't build great things using ChatGPT because it is a
ओके
large language model, right? So it does not have logic inherently. It just has a lot of data and it builds stuff for you. But I don't think it
इट
might
विल
replace
रिप्लेस।
people in the next 10 years if people don't upskill, right? Like if you want to build an auth for your organization, you don't need anyone. You can just ask ChatGPT to do it for you. But that stuff has been on like Medium articles and random sites for a while, right? So if you can find something online, that is what you would find on ChatGPT. So it is just like an article or Medium or it's like just some on site that you can find stuff on. It's going to replace low-level developers who are not doing actual work, uh, and not even replace. Like I think it just makes things very faster for people to build out stuff. So it's gonna help you build things, but people are here to stay for a while, like 10, 20 years at least. Like I can't make predictions, but that's how I use it. I don't think you can just replace a person with ChatGPT. Maybe you can ship more things with ChatGPT. Like you can just ship 10 features using ChatGPT and not using you just like ship four. So you build a Slack integration, and when you build Slack integration, right? Like when you build any integration, the integration has APIs that you can use. There are layers that you have to use. So, for example, you want to build an app that sends text to Slack or Rocket Chat or WhatsApp. That logic is common, right? People have already built that stuff. So ChatGPT can build that stuff. But something you have never even seen in the world built, ChatGPT can't build that stuff. So you're solving problems that have already been solved, you're not solving anything, right? That's where you use ChatGPT.
अच्छा अच्छा ओके ओके ओके। मीन्स आप बोल रहे हैं कि मीन्स वो इजी मीन्स उसके वजह से और इजी होगा एंड इफेक्टिवली वर्क कर सकते हैं आप?
Huh? I believe I asked the same question to my founder, Dhruv. So the company I'm working at, CEO. His name is Dhruv. I asked him the same question. So Dhruv sir's answer was the same that I am sort of giving to you. That's his answer passed down to you.
Okay, okay, okay. What were the most valuable skills or lessons you gained from your experience in GSOC? How has it impacted your personal and professional growth?
So the thing I've learned is that sometimes there are low hanging fruits. So there is a low hanging fruit, right? Like with a tree, and you have fruit that are at the lower level and at the top level. You can easily pick things from the lower level because they're easy to grasp, right? You can just uh, do certain things that seem easy to look flashy, but those don't actually last. So you can pick easy issues, you can pick easy tasks, but that won't help you grow till you actually uh, go into the harder stuff. And anything that pays you, anything uh, that shows any value in you is pretty hard, right? Like for example, engineering is hard. It's not easy. If you think it's easy, you're doing something wrong. Like agar you feel like building an application is easy for you, then build something harder, right? So from GSOC, I learned that anything is possible if you just spend, I don't know, like some extra hours on it. I spent like a lot of time just reading code in my rocket chart. GSOC, sort of like in my GSOC, we built something that people thought was not possible to sort of just review stuff in that rocket chart. But yeah, anything is possible if you just put your mind to it. That's what I
Believe
think, and
is
there's
necessary.
a lot of low hanging fruit. So that's what Singly told me at Rocket Chat that people come and they tend to look for easy way outs. Like the easy way out would be that some people just start with open source and just feel like okay, like DSA is useless. We don't need DSA anymore. We have open source on our checklist in our resume. We don't care about DSA. That's just the low hanging fruit now. You can only apply it to startups now. That's what you do to yourself when you pick the low hanging fruit. If you know everything, you can go anywhere. If you know DSA, you can just go to a big org if you want. Uh, so yeah, don't go after simpler and easy things. That was
अच्छा.
what I learned.
ओके, मीन्स आपके वैसे कंट्रीब्यूशन कैसे थे, मीन कितने थे, मीन्स GSOC के लिए कितने नेसेसरी होते हैं टू क्रैक इट?
I don't know. I don't remember कितने थे. The
हम्म.
Rocket Chat has like a leaderboard of people who
हम्म.
sort of make PRs that is sorted by them the number of PRs merged. So जितने contributions you do उनका एक board होता है, ranking होती है
हाँ.
उसमें सबके जितने contributions उतने होते हैं. तो I was in the top three contributors at the time.
ओह.
Yeah, so
ओके, ओके.
that that was cool. But I don't think contributions matter. Number of PRs don't actually matter. If I solve 10 small problems in Rocket Chat, that has no value compared to like a one PR that solved like an actual problem. Like I remember recently someone found like a security bug in Rocket Chat, something that would expose tokens of everyone logging into the app. So
हम्म.
something like that would be one PR compared to my 10 PRs of just changing styles. So the number of contributions are just a metric that are pretty useless. Uh, मतलब it's similar to just making your uh, what do you say like that heat map, right? जो होता है like on GitHub green. वो green करना is similar to making the number of PR. That does not matter. The actual
वो तो
work
फिर आप
matters.
वो तो फिर आपका ग्रीनरी होगा पूरा वहां पे.
नहीं मतलब I don't think कि green होना is anything of value. That just shows कि you're
हम्म.
doing it every day, but what are you doing every day matters. If you're
हम्म.
just committing a small thing every day just to make it green, it has no value. If you're actually just spending like 2 3 days on something and then your heat map is scattered, but you solved something
ओके.
that day, that is what matters. So कुछ करना is of more value than just showing कि you're doing something.
टू सॉल्व
People
एनी
just
बग मैटर्स.
not any bug, like you're not a bug smasher, right? You have to solve problems, right? So bug is something that is found. There. So what I did in my journey was I stopped finding bugs that are already listed. I used the app myself and found newer bugs. That's what I did. क्योंकि the issues that are already there, फिर भी solve कर रहे हैं हम. Someone has seen them, someone is solving them, someone has been assigned to them. So I just used the app myself and I found the bugs myself and I then solved them with a PR. That's what I did.
अच्छा अच्छा, मीन्स आपने एक ही ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कंट्रीब्यूट किया था या दो, मीन्स अपन तीन कर सकते हैं ना कंट्रीब्यूट, सो आपने तीन वगैरह किया था कि
I
एक ही में
तो
किया?
एक में ही किया था. I did it in
ओके
one
ओके.
only. I did not really play too much around. I just found something that I liked and I liked Rocket Chat as an organization and a community, and the product itself was pretty usable. And you can just like use Rocket Chat today. They have open server. You can go and use it. So if you are not a user, then what's the point of contributing? Right? मतलब, if you're just doing it for GSOC, it's fine, but you will not feel that thing कि कुछ contribute कर रहे हो. Like imagining contributing to something you use every day, like I don't know, Git, right? What what if you make a PR to Git and change Git itself? हजार लाखों लोग जो रोज यूज करते हैं Git और तुम भी यूज करते हो Git, that will have more impact in changing a random software you never even use. Like वो भी important है पर तुम यूज नहीं करते ना. So you won't
हाँ
even see it as a user. You have to use things uh, as like a person first and then change things as a developer. So I just stuck to one thing, learned about the
ओके
community and just like the people there. They were pretty cool people, pretty smart people, and the thing they were building was also pretty fantastic.
ओके ओके ओके. Did you face any communication or coordination challenge with others contributor and mentors within the project?
Uh, I personally, there is a lot of async communication. You don't get to have a lot of meetings with people. So you have to text them over Rocket Chat or LinkedIn or Twitter or XYZ platform, then you get a reply in 2 3 days. So that is a communication barrier that there is. Rocket Chat is sort of easier because Rocket Chat is a chat itself. So you know कहाँ chat करना है किससे, and you can find people there. For example, Rocket Chat में अगर multiple teams हैं, you can just find that person who made that PR on GitHub, find him on Rocket Chat and text him directly. In any other, or they have some channel set up like Slack, or they have some room set up to help people talk to them. So gap is not there, but people, you have to understand that people who are building these projects, right, they're busy. They're also working, right? So I still contribute to Rocket Chat as a mentor, and I still have weekly meetings with them, like at least like twice a week. That's the minimum I have with them. So I'm also working, right, full time. So I may not text back to someone directly, on the same day even. So I may be busy in my work, but that is also like a hobby, right? So open source becomes a hobby after a while. You just code because you like it, and most people in open source are that way. So there will always be a gap where you text your mentor and he's busy doing his actual job, and he won't reply to you the whole day. But it means that he's just busy and he's not actually ignoring you. So that is something that is a barrier, but that is fine. Like that just
ओके
happens
ओके.
in open source.
अच्छा. आ, आपसे आपके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से मीन्स अभी मीन्स कौन सी स्पेसिफिक स्किल्स वगैरह होनी चाहिए जो फ्रेशर्स के लिए, वो फ्रेशर्स वगैरह सीखना चाहिए मीन्स फ्रॉम योर
I'm
पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू?
also a fresher man, so I can't really answer much. I'm also a fresher, so I don't. Uh,
आप
if my skills work, I'll tell you. Yeah. So I can't really answer that. I'm not experienced enough to answer that. Like I just joined 2 months
आप
back as full time, so I can't really comment on that.
बट भैया आपको तो 4 मीन्स 4 साल का एक्सपीरियंस है, देन फ्रॉम योर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आप कोई बता सकते हैं ना स्किल्स?
So college fresher और जो लोग फर्स्ट ईयर में आ रहे हैं
हम्म.
उनके लिए, या फिर जो लोग ने
हम्म.
पास कर लिया कॉलेज उनके लिए.
नहीं नहीं, फ्रेशर्स.
First year, right? The first year,
या.
right? So for
हम्म.
first year, I think you can just I don't know, chill for the first year and then enjoy first year and then start doing some DSA on the side and then just
ओके
learn whatever you like. I like web and I had a web course, so that's why I did web. But you know, go to Android AI, whatever you find. I don't
ओके
think there's
ओके
a set pattern you can follow, but just don't waste your time. Uh,
ओके.
that's all that matters.
What advice would you give to the aspiring open source contributors, particularly those are considering participating in GSOC?
I would start early, start like around December, November, so you actually get to learn stuff and not just be in a hurry to make PRs. And just it's not a competition, right? Even if you don't get into GSOC, it's fine. Uh, my whole interview in the company I'm working at right now was not on my GSOC PRs, but the PRs I made in January or February. Like that's even uh, earlier than GSOC, right? So they asked me things about those PRs. So and open source is open source, right? You can just contribute right now. So we actually have a person right now who couldn't get into GSOC, but I'm mentoring him still on some uh, project, right? So GSOC should not be a focus when doing open source. It can be an outcome of it, but making it a main focus of open source just kills the vibe. If you like tech, if you like to build, you should try it. GSOC can be an aim, but I don't have people once they start contributing to GSOC early, they realize that it does not even matter. You can just add your open source PRs to your profile, and people will just see whatever you work on, and that's how you get a job, or that's how people reach out to you. GSOC is obviously a big factor in like it is a tag that we have in India, but I don't think people really care about it in the actual world. Like if you make a PR to React tomorrow and you don't have any tags on you like GSOC, right? So people won't care, right? Like you fix some bug in React. Like React is open source, right? You can just fix a bug in React that would just impact like so many people, right? Right of the works. So yeah, that's what I recommend. Just do it with the right intentions and don't
Okay.
compete. Like a lot of people, like people who I did my sock with, a lot of them are my friends now because we didn't compete, and they're not even in the same city or college. It's just like people I met online, but they're all like pretty helpful, right? For example, if I have to fix an issue or a bug, if someone knows how to fix it, they'll help me fix it and not just do it अपने आप to have their PRs uh, increase, right? So
Okay.
that is something.
अच्छा ओके ओके मीन्स आपने तो बोला मीन्स मिडल वेयर मीन्स आप वो रिक्रूटर ने ही आप रीच आउट किया था बट सैमसंग में तो फिर आपके राउंड्स वगैरह हुए होंगे ना देन कैन यू एक्सप्लेन इट आपके कैसे कितने राउंड्स थे वगैरह
Samsung,
वगैरह
we just had a coding round in the internship
ओके
period, and they had a 1 hour interview, 1 hour or 1.5 hour interview that had everything. That asked me DSA, and but it was mostly. So they asked me two DSA questions that were pretty easy, and they asked me about my projects. At the time, I had built a project for COVID. So around COVID, I built an app that was helping people track stuff like medicines or injections. So I built that app in March 2021 or 2. I don't know. 22, I guess. Yeah. It was 21. So March 21, I built an app that had like 5,000 users, 5,000 users around the COVID time, and I was doing that project under Enactus. So Enactus, I was a part of Enactus at the time, and I was just building tech for them. And with them, I did a project around COVID. So it was not very tech oriented, but it was around just how I scaled the thing, and like not even scale, but how you can just build stuff to solve problems. Right. That was what my interview was around. So they just asked me questions around that, how we ended up getting users from that, how we made that app.
ओके
It's
ओके
still live, I guess. But yeah, that was my interview. They just asked me around my development skills, around DSA and the products I built and why I built them, how I built them, the tech I use and why did I use the tech. Some basic questions around servers and internet. Yeah.
ओके ओके ओके
And then they had so
मीन्स
after PPO, they had coding around as well. So PPO के पहले they have a round of coding. Internship के time पे they had DDS around that was pretty easy. Uh, just a graph question,
Okay.
simple graph question. I don't know the question right now, but कुछ simple graph question था. And with that, after that they gave a PPO. Uh, and after getting a PPO, they take a test again. To So they have multiple profiles, advanced, professional, XYZ. So they take a test for different profiles. So they had that test recently. I did that test as well. That was not too difficult. It was a DP question, but yeah,
Okay.
they have a lot of DSA rounds.
ओके मीन्स आपने मीन्स कौन सा प्लेटफॉर्म यूज किया था डीएससी के लिए और लीड कोड वगैरह और कोड शेफ
I used I did a lot of CP. I did code CF for a while, code forces
ओ
for a while,
कोड फोर्सेस
and I did code chef for a while, and then I started doing lead code after I got a job. So lead code I started
आफ्टर
doing late, not after, but like after I did code forces, then I switched to sort of doing lead code because I couldn't get good at code forces. To be good at that CF, you need to do a lot of math and you need to do a lot of CP itself. Cracking a normal company. So Samsung is not a CP based company, although they have pretty hard question in their interviews. Like not that, but uh, in their test they ask pretty complex questions at times. They can ask you around I don't know graph segment trees. They ask about DP. They ask pretty tough CP question at times. But I got lucky with just graph and DP in my test. Both logos they are segment trees, convict trees, and people just were pretty sad about that. But I did some CF. I could not. I don't think my specialist even paya tha. I was like 40 marks before specialist. See, code CF I was almost a 5 star. I was like I don't know like 10 points shy of 5 star, and then I just stopped doing code CF altogether after I had my Samsung internship. So Samsung
ओके
internship तक I did my code CF code courses. Then I just went to Git after that.
as your point of view the competitive program is important और मीन्स नहीं किए तो भी गुड प्लेसमेंट्स मिल जाएगा वैसे कुछ
It depends on what you're aiming at. If you're aiming at top companies, Google, Amazon, I don't think you will get in without CP. Google से नहीं होगा. Google, Uber, or Goldman Sachs, any company that pays you more than the market average will require either CP or a GSOC or something that makes you
स्टॉक
stand out, right? Like something like GSOC doesn't even matter that much. I believe it is just to get you into like a stamp कि ठीक है like कुछ तो किया बंदे ने कुछ 2 महीने में क्या contribute किया so just so some work but I don't think you can actually crack any company without DSA and without CP you can't actually crack these big companies like Sprinkler Google Uber I don't think
एटलसियन वगैरह वगैरह ओके
yeah it's not possible right like even tier one colleges, like I was from an SIT, so all the people who got into these top tech companies did CP, or at least did or they were very smart. So when you're very intelligent, you can just do a lot of lead code. Like, अगर तुम lead code में ही मतलब बहुत करते हो lead code, that becomes harder like CP, right? Like uh, after a while, if you're solving hard on lead code, they are as hard as CP problems. So the people who even cracked stuff with lead code or GFG, they were not doing simple questions like easy medium. They were doing hard stuff. So the harder the questions, the harder the
मीन्स
competition.
as your point of view to grab the top companies placements the CP is most important
Not CP, but you just need to not CP is not important for anything. You just have to be very like you need to solve a lot of problems. चाहे वो
okay
lead code पे हो, चाहे code chef पे हो, चाहे CF पे हो. The edge is that when you do a lot of code chef, you get into the habit of doing contests. So I used to give every contest on CF or Code Chef for a while. So that just brings up that skill of solving problems. So the aspect comes in when you solve actual problems on the job. So I was doing a lot of DSA and CP before I was doing open source. So I completely feel that sort of transpired into the open source thing and I could solve things the same way. And even on my current job, we use a lot of DSA. Like it might feel that DSA is not important, but in my current job, we use a lot of DSA to just optimize stuff. We have a graph inside like a code base, so you need to know basic DSA and like good DSA to crack to companies. CP
Okay.
people generally have an edge because CP people have done a lot of DSA, right? So CP is just DSA on like super DSA sort of level. So you have to know a lot of DSA to be good at CP. So people who so like अगर 100 लोग हैं कमरे में
Hmm.
उनमें से अगर 8 लोग सीपी करते हैं एंड 90 नहीं करते एंड वो सिंपल करते हैं लीड कोड and they do the same. So see, people are just smarter. Uh, like they just know things that people don't at times. Like some things that they just have knowledge of. क्योंकि वो कॉन्टेस्ट इतने सारे दे देते हैं एक साल में प्रैक्टिस प्रैक्टिस
हाँ.
से
Practice
काफी
matters.
आती है. Your time
Okay.
gets faster to solve problems. You solve harder problems every time.
Hmm.
So you know कि लोग क्या level पे हैं. When you are doing DSA in your own room, you have no idea कि तुम्हारी क्या level है DSA में. When you do CP or even do contest on lead code, you see कि यार ठीक है यार 2000 लोगों ने कर दिया and मैं नहीं कर पाया. So there is some gap right, in knowledge. That's
Okay.
where it
Okay.
helps.
क्या आप बता सकते हैं मीन्स आप अभी कौन से प्रोजेक्ट पे वर्क कर रहे हैं?
Inside my company
Hmm.
or inside my company, I can't really talk about that. But
Okay.
I can tell what my company does exactly. So we are a management tool.
Hmm.
We make a software. We have a platform for managers, so managers can see how their team is doing. So
Hmm.
engineering uh, मैनेजमेंट जो है काफ़ी नई फील्ड है बिकॉज
Hmm.
इंजीनियरिंग टीम्स को लीड करने के लिए लोग नहीं होते राइट मैनेजर अगर टॉप पे होगा एंड दे हैव डन MBAs राइट देयर इज नो
Hmm.
गारंटी दैट दे नो कि टीम में क्या काम चल रहा है सो जो लोग यूजुअली EMs बनते हैं
Hmm.
engineering team lead करते हैं they are people who code themselves so you go as SD1 you go to SD2 SD3 and you just have that chance to be a EM now so you
Okay.
did code earlier you
Hmm.
are now a manager but you have no skills for a manager or people develop those skills but there's a gap right people see things as a developer more than a manager and at times, when the teams get big, this gap
Hmm.
becomes wider and wider, and you're not able to understand कि चीजें टाइम पे शिप क्यों नहीं हो रही हैं तुम बोल रहे हो 3 दिन and it takes 6 days to ship something you
Hmm.
don't know the bottlenecks right in your team possible है कि कोई बंदे के कि you are a manager but कोई बंदा है जो SD3 है and he
Hmm.
has people अंडर हिम जो बहुत सारे लोग हैं तो अगर एक बंदा कर रहा है लोगों के पीआर रिव्यू तो 100 लोग हैं या अगर मान लें 10 लोगों की पीआर रिव्यू भी कर रहा है एंड वन पीआर रिव्यू टेक्स लाइक 1 आवर सो जिस बंदे ने पहली पीआर डाली थी उसकी पीआर रिव्यू विल टेक 8 घंटे सो दैट गाय इज नॉट डूइंग एनी वर्क फॉर द 8 आवर्स वो बस वेट कर रहा है अपने पीआर रिव्यू
Hmm.
का एंड कभी कभार मतलब these bottlenecks come in teams right कि लोग नहीं है या कम्युनिकेशन नहीं है या फिर the meetings are long कि once you join a company you will realize कि बहुत सारी मीटिंग होती है कंपनी में to
Oh.
have like small discussions कि यार ये यहाँ पे क्या करना है यहाँ पे क्या करना है and these meetings take up time of everyone managers EMs uh, your people who are working on the code itself like SD1 SD2 so we solve that problem.
Hmm.
We sync your Jira, GitHub, GitLab, all these integrations that people use in our team, and we show you
Hmm.
कि आपको टीम में कहाँ bottleneck है. अगर किसी बंदे का rework बहुत ज़्यादा है, like for example कोई नया बंदा टीम में है and he has a lot of rework कि
Hmm.
उसने कुछ कोड किया पर वो ठीक नहीं था. That is
Hmm.
rework. या कोई
Hmm.
बंदा है वो PR रिव्यू कर रहा है पर उसके अंडर बहुत सारे लोग हैं. So
Hmm.
he's always busy just seeing code and not writing code himself. या फिर इतने सारे लोग हैं कि टाइम बहुत वेस्ट हो रहा है कोड रिव्यूज में या फिर कोड रिव्यूज बहुत जल्दी हो रहे हैं
Hmm.
या तो बहुत जल्दी हो रहे हैं या बहुत लेट हो रहे हैं दो ही होते हैं
Okay.
रीजनिंग
Okay.
तो दोनों में दिक्कत है सो वी ट्रैक एवरीथिंग एंड शो यू कि आपने कुछ बनाया टास्क on Jira you have GitHub PR and all that how that sort of transpires into आपकी टीम का काम कि लोग काम क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे, या लोगों को दिक्कत क्या आ रही है, या फिर लोग बहुत सारी मीटिंग्स कर रहे हैं, या लोग की
Hmm.
पीआर में दिक्कत आ रही है, या लोग के टास्क टाइम पे खत्म नहीं हो रहे. So we have a tool that solves all these problems. That's what I'm currently working on in my company. And in GSOC, I am mentoring a project that has that links RC to Notion. So Notion is a tool, right, where you can just make tasks, and it's like a planner tool. So Rocket Chat, I'm leading two projects. One is for Notion. So the Notion Rocket Chat app, it's called, it sort of links your Notion to your Rocket Chat, so you can just see the Notion things inside Rocket Chat. जैसे मेरा कोई पेज है Notion, and I have tasks there. So companies use Jira XYZ tools for tracking. People use Notion generally who are like working
Okay.
to track their own tasks. So you can just open your Notion inside Rocket Chat, or share your Notion links inside Rocket Chat, or just to communicate with Notion from Rocket Chat. That is what I'm building. Like not building, but mentoring with my
Okay.
contributor.
Okay. Okay.
And I am so last year I worked on my GitHub integration. This year
Hmm.
I am mentoring another contributor with him. He's not in GSOC, but he's a pretty cool guy. So he
Okay.
couldn't get into GSOC because of some problems with tool. But I just uh, so we just took him in, and we have been working with him for a while. So people like him are like an example that GSOC is not the main thing. You can just contribute and do stuff. So he's working on that app again. So we are trying to polish the GitHub app and trying to make a feature. For example, he अगर आपकी पीआर है, and that PR you send to your manager कि यार कोड देखना, कोड रिव्यू करना, but बंदा बिजी हो गया मीटिंग्स में, and he didn't see your code review. So you can we want to make a feature that just pings them फिर से without even you pinging them again कि hey man, this PR is still pending for review. So we're
Hmm.
building something to solve that and talk a chat right now. So working on a bunch of scattered stuff.
Okay. Okay. भैया, I would like to ask one last question to you. That uh, आपके कौन से specific areas of interest है? आप कौन से areas में passionate हो about?
Passionate about, I just like whatever I'm building. There is no. I just like building stuff. I just like back end engineering a lot. I
Backend.
did full stack for a while. I did front end for a while. I did back end in Rocket Chat. It was like a full stack sort of contribution in Rocket Chat. So I like full stack, but I just got inclined to back end over time. Uh, so back end engineering is sort of my jam at the moment. And whatever tech I work on, like databases, XYZ stuff. So there is no passion in a particular technology, but a lot of stuff that I work on is pretty fascinating to just work on. Like if you just see how technology is built, you realize that someone has put in time to build that stuff for you. Even if you just see simpler things like Git, how Git works, all these things are pretty interesting, right? How your Postgres database works, how simple things work in computer science is pretty good. So
Okay. Okay.
there are a lot of things I'm interested about, but it's mostly backend aid.
Backend.
Yeah, I'm not really a UI guy anymore.
You are. Okay. Okay. So thanks, brother, for coming and sharing your journey about wonderful journey. So thank you.
Thanks, man. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
See you.
Ha. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
just
Fine.
get
Sure.
off on its own.